The parade is called The Sky's the Limit, and I was partnered up as part of the Elevate project with the Dante Alighieri Society, and they wanted to celebrate the achievement, their greatest achievement, which is the Dante Divine Comedy.
The Elevate project is about helping to skill up artists in carnival arts and visual arts. So additional funding has been given to the parade from the Arts Council.
There's 2 guest artists, I'm one of the 2 artists and I'm from London, to come and work with a local Manchester group and a local artist to pass on skills, transfer skills and kind of like just raise the aspirations of some of the sections.
The other part of that project has been about masterclasses, and we've brought in 4 different people to talk about their work. We ran 4 of those classes and invited local artists again to come and get involved in those masterclasses, which were really, really well attended.
I've been working with Emily Woods, and who's a young artist who's been influenced by Kinetika's work, which is really nice.
I'm actually going through the whole process, so the activities that I've been going through are right from the beginning stage of the design process with Dante, and looking at how she works with the group to create the designs and the concept and the theme, right through to creating all the prototypes and doing all the cutting and making all the patterns for all the designs. I've been working alongside Ali's team in London to do all the prototypes and pattern cut, and then now I'm here in Manchester running workshops, doing all the sewing, the waxing and painting, and doing all the batik work.
When she applied and I looked at her work, and she also said that she'd been very influenced by Kinetika and she wanted to make the large skirts and use the rods and the wings. And she's also been very influenced by Brazil, Salvador, which we have as well. So it did seem like a really good fit, and I think it's important to me that I come back with these evaluations, and she's going to set up a company and I'm going to be on her board, so those things are very concrete outcomes.
Working alongside Ali Pretty and Kinetika will inform me greatly. I don't, even not just from a artistic point of view, not from a design point of view, but also from the processes and how she works as an organisation. I think that's actually going to be more important than the artistic point, because I've learned so much of how I should be practising my carnival and working with groups and time frames and all of those things. That has been so important. That's actually probably been more valuable than anything else.
I've been working with Richard Sharples through the Elevate project, and that's to give young artists and up-and-coming artists in Manchester a leg up and basically the experience to work with a more established artist on larger projects such as this.
Well, I've heard in Manchester Day Parade about 2 years ago and last year, and I got invited to work on it for those 2 years, but wasn't able to. But I just kept hearing such good things about it, and I saw a lot of stuff online, photographs and films and what have you, and it just looked spectacular and a really, really good idea. And part of the experience of being down here and making it has been seeing all the other artists produce work. It's an extraordinary creative achievement, I think, and incredibly wide-ranging, really interesting broad range of skills and designs and ideas. So yeah, it's a really great project.
I've done this a few times now, so I mean this is kind of what I would normally be doing anyway. It's more the scale on which I'd be working and the level of the sculptures that we make that's really improved.
The group I've been working with, the Nexus Art Cafe, are a cafe in the centre of Manchester, and they started initially as a night cafe catering to clubbers and people like that in the early hours of the morning when they were sort of a bit worse for wear. and serving them tea and toast. Well, I think the idea of the parade is that it represents Manchester and the best of Manchester, and I think the work they do, the Nexus Art Cafe do, is really good, really contributes to the city. I think the city would be a lot worse without them, put it that way. And since the parade's about celebrating all that's best of the city, I think they're a worthy participant. Yeah.
It's been fantastic. I think for me the relationship with the group has been really, really good, and it's like quite a long time since I've had such serious community engagement. I think they have real, because I did the designs with them, the Divine Comedy is really, really important to them. They've discussed it and they've discussed the music. They've got really involved in it being their section.
And you put artists together in one room, things will happen. And so having the masterclasses, what that's done is people are starting to connect with each other and learn skills off each other, and then meet up afterwards, and then work just evolves out of that.
Elevate's been a really good project because it's allowed artists such as myself to basically, even though we're normally established, to get that next step up, to work on bigger and bigger projects and to be involved in larger commissions.
It is very important that the Elevate project has continued so that we can keep the skills going in the region and we can develop them and help people get on in their career. And what I'd really like to see is that project becoming bigger and bigger, and therefore we can engage more and more people in it and keep that impetus going and keep that network and build the network so that it becomes a regional base, a skill base.